my wonderful students. This is Teacher RC. Are you ready for today's class? Today we'll learn modal auxiliaries. The first auxiliary that I want to talk about is the auxiliary can. Can means ability. Okay, I can say I can swim very well. He can speak English. She can drive well. Or can you speak English? Okay, remember, can means ability. Can also means request. What's a request? A request is a petition. Yes, for example, you can say, can I come in? Can I go out? Can you help me? We also use could or may to talk about requests. For example, I can say, can I call you back at 5 o'clock? Or you can say, may I call you back at 5 o'clock? Or you can say, could I call you back at 5 o'clock? Can I call you? May I call you? Or could I call you? What's the difference? Well, the only difference is formality. Can I is more informal. Could I or may I is more formal. Now let's move on. To express ability in past, something that you could do in the past but you can't do anymore, we use the word could. For example, my granny could run when she was younger. But now she can't. Yes, that means that my grandmother could run, but right now she cannot do it because she's too old to do so. Could also means possibility or alternative. For example, if you don't know how to drive, possibility, you could get driving lessons. Okay, should, remember that means advice or recommendation or suggestion. Yes, for example, you should study more if you want to learn. Or maybe you can say, in my opinion, you should get that job offer. Yeah, should indicates recommendation. Alright, now listen. We can use could and we can use should for recommendation, but what's the difference? Okay. If you want to say or to mention the best option, you have to use should. Yes? If you want to mention an alternative or a second option, you can use could. For example, you can say, if you want to lose weight, you could get a liposuction. That's an alternative. But the best option is you should get on a diet, drink lots of water, and exercise. You see, best recommendation is using should. Yes, an alternative is the liposuction, which is not really recommendable. Alright? Okay, now you have to be very careful with the pronunciation of could. You don't say could, could, and you say should. Could, should. Okay, well, next auxiliary, yes, is, may and might. Okay, be very careful with the pronunciation. That is may, and that is might. Okay, that is may, and that is might. What's the difference? The difference is formality. May is more informal. Yeah, might is much more formal. For example, I may go to the party, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go to the party. Maybe I'm not going to go to the party. Yes? Or you can say, she may marry a rich guy. We don't know yet. I mean, it's possible that she marries a rich guy. We use might when we want to make it, as I said before, more formal. For example, you can say, I might go to the party, but I'm not sure. Next auxiliary that we have is the auxiliary must. Now be very careful with the pronunciation of must. You don't say must, never ever. Yeah, you say must, must, must. Okay? We use must, number one, to talk about obligation. Something that is mandatory. Usually coming from a person with authority. It can be your mother, or it can be your teacher, it can be the president. Then, for example, you can say, you must put on your mask when you go out. Okay? You can say, your teacher can tell you, you must not speak Spanish in an English class. You must not speak Spanish. Yeah? It's like a prohibition. Alright? Okay, now all your teacher can tell you, you must do your homework if you want to learn. Okay? Or maybe his mother tells Johnny, you must brush your teeth 3 times a day. Must, remember? Mandatory, something that is like an obligation. The second possibility when we can talk about must is to talk about deduction or logical conclusion. What's a conclusion? A conclusion or a deduction is something that you assume due to the facts that you have, due to what you see. For example, you can say, she's nauseous all the time. She's nauseous all the time. Therefore, you can assume that she's probably pregnant. So in English, you can say, she must be pregnant. You're not 100% sure. I mean, that's what your deduction is. You assume that she's pregnant because of the nausea that she has. Or you can say, he's got a lot of money. You assume that he works too much. So you can say, he must work too much. He must work too much. Or you can say, he must be a drug dealer. Or maybe you can put it in negative. You can say, he must not work at McDonald's. He must not work at McDonald's. Another modal auxiliary that I would like to talk about is have to. Have to. Have to. Check the pronunciation, have to. Okay, it's used to say something that is required or something that is necessary. For example, you say, I have to do my homework. I don't feel like doing my homework, but I have to do my homework. Okay? Or maybe you can say, he has to do the dishes. Yeah, remember that in third person you had to conjugate it. He has to do the dishes. He doesn't feel like doing it, but he has to do it. Yeah? Or you can say, I can't go out because I have to study for my test. Yeah, I feel like going out, but I can't go out because I have to study for my test. Have to. Something that you don't want to do, but you have to do. Okay, now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about will. When do we use will? We use will to talk about future plans. Yeah? For example, you can say, I'll travel to New York City next summer. Now listen, I'll travel is a contraction for will travel. Yeah, it's a plan that you have. Okay, or maybe you can say he'll take the TOEFL when he finishes studying English. Yeah, that's a plan that he has. The second possibility when we can use will is to talk about predictions. What is a prediction? A prediction is something that you don't know if it's going to happen or not. For example, you can say, it'll rain tonight, or it will rain tonight. I mean, you're predicting the weather because it's cloudy. Yeah, it's cloudy, so you can say, it will rain tonight. Okay, or you can say, he'll win the lottery because he's such a lucky guy. He'll win the lottery. It's a prediction. Or another possibility is, okay, if she keeps eating, yeah, she'll get diarrhea because she's just eating too much. She'll get diarrhea. Okay, we can also use will to express a decision made at the moment of speaking. Yeah, for example, you go to a restaurant and you say, you look at the menu and you say, okay, I'll have the vegetable soup. Yeah, and you make a decision at the moment of speaking. Okay, or for example, the telephone is ringing and you can say, I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll answer the phone, I'll get it. Okay, or if you drop something, you can say, oh, I'll get it for you, I'll get it for you. Yeah, that's a momentaneous decision that you took. Okay, what about the word shall? Shall, we usually use shall when we talk about shall I or shall we. It's not common that we say shall. It's a bit difficult to pronounce. Shall she? Yeah, shall I, shall we. But what is the meaning of shall I? Okay, now we use shall I to make offers. Yeah, to make offers. Yeah, for example, you can say, shall I help you with your bags? Shall I help you with your bags? Or maybe, where shall I drop you off? Outside your house? Outside your office? Where shall I drop you off? Maybe you can say, shall I water the plants while you're away? Shall I water the plants while you're away? We can also make suggestions using shall. For example, you can say, shall we go to the park later? What do you think? Shall we go to the park later? Or maybe I can ask you, shall we have something to eat? What do you think? Shall we have something to eat? And when you want to dance with somebody, you usually say, shall we dance? Shall we dance? Well, my wonderful students, this is it. Yeah? I hope you have learned a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and keep learning with Teacher RC. Bye-bye.